It's the Date Master, and we're back. A little late night session. We're going to talk about how dealing with multiple women can ruin you. You know, dating right now, again, is blazing because there are so many obstacles men and women are facing, so many strategies men are adopting, ideologies, concepts, and practices. These things can work one or two ways. For every reaction, or for every action, you have a reaction. So, a lot of you guys, you want to deal with multiple women. That's great. However, that is only going to be a short window. When you reach a certain level of glory and you get in that stride, it does not last long. You look at, again, Michael Jordan, three-peat twice, 6 championships. You got Tom Brady. You have a lot of great athletes who hit their stride and they have great years. Some 1, 2, 3 years, some maybe 4 or 5. But it's not going to last forever. And what I learned in my dating experience dealing with multiple women since a little boy up until now, you learn a lot of things about yourself. You learn a lot of things about women. You learn their nature. You learn their patterns. You know what cues to pick up on. You know everything is X-ray. You get this X-ray vision on how to analyze when a woman is acting out in a certain way, what the possible influencers can be, what kind of issues may be present that is not seen by the naked eye. You have to have this X-ray vision. So dealing with multiple women, you pretty much put yourself in a position to not be a man that can commit to one woman, because a lot of us have this goal and this idea that you're going to deal with multiple women, and then once that run is over, I'm gonna know how to pick the best quality woman and settle down with her. And a lot of the times it does not happen in that fashion, because you've dealt with so many women. You've seen all the nuances that come with women. You've seen all of this disruptors. You've seen a lot of things that don't compare to the peace that you will get by not putting yourself in that position. Even seeing troubled marriages. If you've seen your parents' marriage and it's not ideal, you've seen the issues that came with it, because anything that comes long term, you're going to have issues. People have this concept that they're going to live happily ever after. If you live by yourself until you're 80, within that 80-year lifetime, you're going to have some ups and downs. You're going to have some troubled waters you're going to have to cross. So if you get into a long-term relationship, there's going to be issues that you and your partner, your woman, are going to face, and you will have to have the guts to overcome and resolve whatever that issue, or get through whatever issue that may be. So you wanting to be a player can affect you on the back end by not being able to commit to a woman, because you know what comes with her, and you may not want to sacrifice your peace for that. It is a trade-off. You don't get everything at once. A wise man once said, you can have everything you want in life, just not at the same time. So being a player, if you see this thumbnail, there's a movie and the actor is Bill Bellamy. And in this movie, he is dealing with multiple women, beautiful women, young, old, just a lot of different women. And everything blows up in his face at the end. And he says he's out. He pretty much checks himself out of the game. And he thinks that his woman is the one. But in the end, she gets him back, because she was there the whole time when he was running around. She was just the main priority. So if you're dealing with multiple women, and a lot of the women that you're going to deal with are going to be in relationships with other men, there is a slight karma, or an not abrupt, but a blatant karma that will come with that experience, especially if you have dealt with a married woman or a woman that has a child, which in my opinion, that she's married to that man because they're tied for life. via that child. So there's certain karmas that are going to come back around by dealing with so many women, because you're not going to be able to deal with multiple women on a high level without causing some type of damage to them. You're not going to be able to deal with a lot of women without causing some kind of pain and some kind of emotional turmoil. Even though this is what they welcome and this is what drives them, some women come into these situations and they're just green as some of the males. Some women have genuine intention and you take advantage of that because of the power and the position that you have in life, that you can just use as leverage. You can get this woman, this woman, this woman because your reputation or whatever. So a lot of the times, if you're dealing with a high volume number of women, some of them will get attached and some feelings will be hurt. I try to avoid hurting feelings and dealing with women who I do not see any potential outcome with, as far as marriage, family, children, business endeavors, etc. I'm now in a state to where I like to work. I become a workhorse. The Bachelor's Bible is on the way. I become so engulfed in my work and building my clientele and perfecting other ideas before I execute them, that relationships to me are not, they're not conducive if we're not building legacy and long-term memory. And memory and legacy is kind of intertwined. If I'm not helping her or guiding her or using her to her potential, if our values are not aligned, if we're not giving it 1,000%, it's really not worth my time, because I've already experienced a lot of women. I already went to the phase where I was a player. And in that phase and in that mode, being a player simply consisted of being in the right place at the right time, looking the right way, having the right demeanor, having the correct associations, who you associate with, who respect you, who you engage with when you're on the scene. Women will gravitate towards to you because you got this social proof that he's a pretty cool guy based upon his associations. You don't want to get caught up into what others think about you, but you do want to be cognizant that who you associate with will play a role in your value and your social status. And you can use that to your advantage or to your disadvantage. So being mysterious and working, getting your money right, getting your body right and your mind right, those things should take precedent. Those are going to be the things that you want to focus the most on, because they're going to benefit you in ways that dealing with a lot of women will not. Being a player, dealing with a lot of women, you learn the gift of gab, or you really can't learn the gift of gab, but it's something that's in you, but you sharpen that skill. The more women you talk to, the more different places you got to put yourself in, these different environments, because in these different environments, a lot of time are going to be different type of women, different type of personalities. So doing this is going to sharpen your mouthpiece. You're going to be able to talk to any woman without fear or angst or anxiety, because you've done it so much. No, you're not going to hit all the shots. Yes, you will be ignored. Yes, you will get played. All of this is a part of the game. It's just like playing basketball. You're going to get fouled. You're going to have turnovers. You're going to make mistakes, but you must learn from those mistakes. And trying to be a player is the number one mistake you'll make, because some things they have to be in you. You can't try to be certain things. You either that thing or you're not. You either have the gift of gab, the finesse, the demeanor, the character, the personality that attracts a lot of women, that makes it easy to maneuver, or you don't. Now, you can cultivate these skills and you can attempt, but again, you're going to have a lot of war stories and failures before you get to the gold. I myself, when I look at my lifespan, this came easy. Dealing with women came easy to me. for whatever reason. This is not something I can credit to myself per se or all the way, but it just came easy since kindergarten, since first grade. So dealing with a lot of women can ruin your chances in settling down with one woman because you're not going to give it your 100%. You're not going to be emotionally invested. One may argue that you can be in a long-term relationship and still be emotionally detached. Yes, but you won't get the fulfillment. Most of us know when you have been in love or you had that chemistry to where feelings were intertwined, that rush and connection was like no other. It was like no other. Yeah, you can exist and you can have a woman that you're not emotionally invested with to avoid the hurt that may come with her nature and some things she may do, but you won't get that fiery connection when you touch, when you hug, when you kiss, as if you were all in. So these are some things I will have you think about before you try to get into this player lifestyle, not settling, dealing with multiple women, polygyny, whatever the case may be. Everybody's not cut out for that lifestyle. You have to do what works for you. But if you get a chance in your free time, check out this movie, How to Be a Player. And if you are older and you are in a certain, 80s, early 90s, you may have seen this. Go back and look at it now with all of the content, all of the red pill information that is available to you now. You're going to look at it in a different light because you're going to see things now that you didn't see when you initially saw it or if you saw it when it first came out. But this my late night spin, man. I appreciate the comments, the engagement. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It's the Day Master.